Neither my mum or my dad has this. I don't think anybody else in my family have this, at least not that I know of. Hi guys, today I'm going to be doing a video that I am kind of nervous for. I know I shouldn't really be nervous because like I haven't ever really spoken about this. It's not really one of my insecurities. It's something different for me that I don't really speak about to anyone really, and I'm not embarrassed. I think I have spoken about it once before in a video on Family Fizz, but that was a very long time ago and it wasn't really like, I really didn't go into detail. I remember I mentioned it once in a video. I don't think many of you guys know it. Today I'm going to be telling you about something about me that most people don't know. Like 99% of people I doubt know this. Let's get on to this. Basically, Miyakon, I have been like this ever since I was born. I was born with this. This isn't like something, like there's nothing wrong with me. I might as well tell you guys about it. My thumbs are different. One of my thumbs, if you look at this thumb, it's just a normal thumb. However, this thumb is different. And if I put both of them together, then you can really notice it. It's kind of been a thing that I don't really talk about. Most people don't know about me. Like, I don't know how many of my friends know it. Like, some of them do know it because it's just kind of like they've noticed it and I've like, oh yeah, I've got this thing where I was born with it and my thumbs are different. But then like, I wouldn't really go up to someone and like tell them that I've got different thumbs. I'm not really aware of it. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's technically called a deformity. I don't really view it as a deformity because it's just like a part of me. It doesn't affect my life in any way. It's just purely cosmetic. It's like I can use my thumbs, they do the same thing. Like I can just do everything the same. I can open water bottles. That is not a problem with like my daily life. It's interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit more about it. What I have is called a club thumb or a toe thumb, some people call it, which I think that's a bit weird because to be honest, if you look at my thumb, this doesn't look like a toe. My toes are way more gross than this. This isn't gross. This is just a thumb that is differently shaped to other normal thumbs or normal thumbs. I'm gonna look on Wikipedia and tell you a little bit more about club thumb, and then I'll tell you more about my experience with having a club thumb. I know that quite a few people do have this. It is very rare. I think it's like 3% of the population have this in like the whole world or something like that. So not a lot of people have this, but I know that some of you Miyakons probably do have this. I know it's like an interesting topic. It's very, very rare. So for someone to have this, no one's ever been mean to me about this. People have noticed it and then wondered about it, like, oh, what is wrong with your thumb? Or like, not necessarily what is wrong with it, but like, oh, your thumbs are different, why is that? I know that some people, like, they can get bullied for it and stuff like that, which I find really horrible because there's nothing wrong with it. It's just different. Everybody has like differences. Just because you're different, it doesn't mean that you're wrong. I'm very different in some ways, and then in some ways I'm very, you know, sort of like normal. But what is normal? Like, determine normal, define it for me. That doesn't exist. My thumbs is one of those unnormalities, if that's the word for it. Something that makes me different, unique. And I just feel like if everybody was normal, which nobody is because normal does not exist, it's important to remember that everybody's different and everybody's unique. Everybody has something about them that is different, and just because you are different in a certain way doesn't mean that you're less than someone else. Everybody's unique and it's really important to remember that. Anyways, that was just my speech. So I wanted to tell you guys how important it is to always remember that you're different, you're unique, you're special. That's amazing. One thing that makes me special is my thumb. I'm gonna tell you what the proper name of this is. Right, I'm gonna Google this. Club thumb. Or it can also be called a stub thumb. There's like a lot of names. The scientific name is Brachydactyly. I cannot say it. It sounds like a dinosaur. People can have many different types of what I have, but one of the nicknames, which isn't very nice, allegedly among fortune tellers, it's called a murderer's thumb. I don't really understand what that is. I feel like that is something from like a long time ago when people used to think it was like a bad thing. There is nothing wrong with club thumbs or stub thumbs or whatever you call it. Stub thumb is a condition clinically recognized by a thumb being relatively short and round with an accompanying wide nail bed as the distal phalanx, I'm sorry if I'm really pronouncing this wrong, of effective thumbs is approximately 2/3 of full length thumbs. So this is basically when I was born, my thumb developed differently. Like my bone is a different shape to this bone. It's a genetic thing. And even my mum or my dad has this. I don't think anybody else in my family have this. At least not that I know of. I don't know where I got it from, how I've gotten this. I mean, my mum definitely doesn't have this. But the weirdest thing is, I've got to tell you this, guys, because it's hilarious. I don't think I ever realized I had it until I was 8. I managed to go through 8 years of my life never noticing that my thumbs were different, and that just proves how like it really doesn't affect your life in any way. Only one way that affects your life. Well, actually there's technically two. One, that everybody will always ask you about your thumb. 2, fake nails. I just find press-on like fake nails or just like any fake nails, you're never gonna find one that fits your thumb. Never ever. You're always gonna have a gap that never ever fits the thumbnail, because if you look at this thumb, the nail shape of it is very different. Like it's very wide to normal. You go for the biggest nail that is in the set. Really annoying. Oh, I remember I have spoken about this before. I didn't really go into much detail about it. A while back I did a video where I tried using really long fake nails as like a challenge for 24 hours. I'm not sure if I mentioned it in that video. I think maybe I did. The biggest nail in the set. It didn't fit my thumb. Of course it didn't. So I want to tell you a bit about how rare this is. It really depends on where you're from. So in some countries they're more common, however in some countries it's less common. And I'm not sure how I came across this, but quite a while ago I was really interested and I was like looking on loads of sites and everything about it, and I heard that in the past people used to say that if you had a club thumb, they used to think you had genes from the European royal family, and I'm from England. That means that maybe, I don't know, I could be partly royal. I could be like a princess. I think it's kind of a bit of like a rumor, like a old wives tale, like it's not really true. I know a few things about it, but I don't really know that much of like how it originated, but I think it is more common in women. I'm not entirely sure, but I definitely 90% sure that it's more common in females. I don't think it's like, it's more rare in males. I don't know why. For some reason, if you're a female, you're more likely to have it, but it's still very unlikely that you're going to have it. I've told you about it. This is kind of weird. I don't know. I'm not embarrassed about it. It's a part of me that makes me special, but it's something that I don't really like talking about, just because I just feel like sometimes people make a big deal out of it and I'm just like, it's not a big deal, and I don't really want to make a big deal out of it, because if I had normal thumbs, if both of my thumbs were normal, if I came up to someone and like, hey, I have a normal thumb, they'd be like, okay, Mia. But if I go up to them like, hey, one of my thumbs is normal and then one of them is different, they're gonna be like, what? But I mean, I guess that's just something that, because it is unusual to have this. It's not like something that bothers me, that people like make a big deal out of it. I see this and it doesn't really like make me think, oh, what is wrong with my thumbs? Because there is nothing wrong. To other people this will seem like strange and like not normal, but for me it is normal. So like it's not really much of a big deal to me, but I know to other people this is just a weird topic for me to talk about. Like I don't talk about this often, Mia Cons. So on this website it says that it can be found in 1 up to 40 out of every 1,000 people. So it really depends on where you are from. It can literally be so rare. So I kind of feel like it makes me feel kind of special, but at the same time it's like, it's a very different thing. There is actually quite a few celebrities that have the same thumb as I do. If people know what this is and if they know a little bit about it, I feel like they are going to know about Megan Fox and they are going to relate the two together. I don't know why people like are so obsessed with her thumb, and I don't understand why, because it's really not that much of a big deal, and like loads of other celebrities have it as well. Well, not loads, but like quite a few, like a reasonable amount of celebrities have it. But I feel like maybe she's the most famous out of all of them and that's why she gets the most like attention for it. It's nothing to be embarrassed about, and I feel like some people kind of sometimes say horrible stuff about Megan's thumb. I'm not sure how Megan's is, but mine is just on one thumb. However, some people can actually have it on both thumbs. In a way, I kind of prefer it when it is on both, because then it kind of looks like you have two little thumbs. Both of my thumbs were like this and I probably wouldn't notice, like I wouldn't think anything of it. I would just think, oh, my thumbs are just like a different shape. Because one of them is normal and then the other one is different, it kind of seems more like a big deal. I don't know. I have never actually met anyone anyone with a thumb like this. Comment down below if you have my, I guess, condition. I don't really know what to call it. If you have my thumb or if you have both thumbs, like comment down below about it and how you feel about it and what has been your like experience with having the thumb that I have. Not many people know about that I have this. If they do know about it, it's never been like a big deal. They've just been like wondering like, oh, what's up with your thumb? Why is it different? So it's never really been like a problem. I feel like when people are mean to club thumbs, I kind of like, what are you saying that for? So Miyacons, I hope you enjoyed learning something new about me. I mean, some of you guys probably already know, but for the ones of you that don't know about this, I hope you found it interesting. If you've never heard of this before, there's so many like different things about it and you get loads of different types. It's kind of like one of those things that kind of like different and not many people know about. I'm not sure whether it's more common to have it on both thumbs or whether to just have it on one thumb. I know I looked it up and Megan only has it on one thumb. However, lots of people do have it on both. I don't know which would be better. I mean, they're both kind of interesting. I guess when you have one like I do, it seems more sort of like prominent and people are going to notice it more, whereas if you have both of them the same, then I feel like nobody's going to really notice it as much. Obviously, all my immediate family know about this and like quite a few of my friends do know, like they have noticed it. It's not like so noticeable that like everybody notices it. It's not something that people first meet me and they're like, oh wow, your thumb's different. People don't really notice it and I don't think people really pay attention to what your thumbs look like. So guys, if you are new around here, make sure to click subscribe to become a hashtag Miyacon. Also, make sure to follow me on my Instagram. If you haven't already, I am at Mia's Life Official. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you really enjoyed like learning something new if you have learned something new. So guys, I will see you in my next